All right, so this is the, we are talking about things in, so this week in, ooh, what does this button do? We are talking about the type tool and the shape tool, or the default is the rectangle tool, so you could call it the rectangle tool if you're looking at it for it on the toolbar. It's the rectangle tool, but that's just where all of the shapes are. Okay, so when I say shape tool, don't think shape builder tool, that's something different, okay? But we're gonna start out with the type tool, and I got this little worksheet. This is kind of like a checklist of things that you can do. And so we're going to start out with our type tool. First thing we're going to do, demonstrate you can click and let go and make a normal text line. The reason that I say it like that is because I get this all the time when people are starting out using the text tool, type tool. They take it and they click and drag, and that will make a text box. You will be limited by what the size of that box is, okay? And it'll give you, there's a couple of other reasons why that ends up giving you some problems down the road. So what I recommend for most things, and this type tool is all about different ways that you can do something because you need different tools in different situations. So the type tool, I'm going to take my type tool and just click and let go, and I can just type text, all right? And once you type something out, you can manipulate it, you can change the font, you can do all the different things, all right? But typing it out instead of clicking and dragging, just click and let go is gonna give you a better result for most of the things that I do, okay? Maybe somebody will disagree with me, but that's what I usually do, okay? The next one is to open the character panel. The way you open the character panel is to go to Window and then go down to Type and then go down to Character, all right? Character panel, just about any time that you are messing with text, if you do not have your character panel open, then you're going to, that has a lot of stuff that you need, all right? Your, the leading and the kerning and all of that stuff is in here. Your font size, your font, what font it is, your type size, all of that is here, okay? You also have the paragraph panel here, which helps you with left align and all that. So the second thing on the list is just to open the character panel, and that is under the window bar, all right? The next thing I wanted to do is use type on path. Now, here's the thing about type on path. In order to type on path, you must first have a path to type on, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to our shape, which is why we're doing this at the same time. But I would recommend for this assignment, if you're doing this for my class, do these steps and then do the, I'm probably actually gonna split this into two separate videos. Do the steps of the first section of the type stuff and then do the shape stuff, okay? So type text, that's fine. We did the open the character panel, there it is. Type on path, so I'm gonna get a circle, okay? Hold down shift, I just got it from over here. Now, I'm gonna use type on path, click and hold, and I get type on path. The trick on this is, when you use type on path, it will forget everything else. It does not remember that it's a black circle, it just remembers that it's a path. So if you need that black circle in your design, you need to make a copy of that black circle, all right? So type on path, and I get my text icon changes to a little squiggly thing, and you have to click. You'll get this error message if you don't do it, where it says must click on a non-compound, yada yada. Okay, that is because I clicked on the shape. I did not click on the path. Okay, click on the path, and now I can type in a circle. Hooray! All right. So that is number 3, is to make to use type on path. Okay. Number 4 is to make text curve up on a circle. Ooh, that's probably not the best way to phrase that, but whatever. All right. Hey, how are you? So the way you do that is you've got your types, you've typed it out here. Go back and click the black arrow, so that's your selection tool, and you'll notice this little eye that's down here, the little line here. If you click that, a couple things you can do with this. You can make your text move around in a circle. But if you click it and drag it into the middle of the circle, now it goes where it's arced like that, okay? So that is how, I get a lot of people asking that question, how do I make my text go like it's going like this, like the bottom of the Starbucks logo? So you click on that little dot, that little eye, and bring it to the middle, and then you can get it to line up however you want, okay? So that's curving up. Let's see, use the area type tool. So to use the area type tool, here again, I need something with some space. So I'm gonna create a shape, and I'm gonna use my area type tool. Click and hold on this. And so area is the inside, okay? It's length times width, the area. So here again, I need to click on the outside, and it will fill into that shape. All right, just typing a bunch of letters here. So that makes it where it's gonna fit inside of that. This is great for if you're gonna be doing like a, If you're doing some sort of document and you want to have like, here's a box of text, but maybe especially if it's a different size shape, and I want to make it fit inside of this, like a heart or a diamond or something like that, then this is a great way to do that. So that is the next one, is to use the area type tool, okay? Number 6 is to use the vertical type tool. Vertical type tool is one that I hardly ever use, but then you find yourself in that situation where you need it and it's very helpful, okay? Vertical type tool is just like the type tool, except it's vertical. Remember, graphic designers are not very creative when they name things. So if I click on this, then it's just text, and I can type, and it's going down that way. Now, I very seldomly find myself doing designs where I use that, but that is a technique that you can use to create something, okay? So vertical type tool, then I'm doing vertical type area tool. If you can imagine it, it is the exact same thing, only it is in the area, okay? Vertical area type tool. So I click on that, and the same thing, except my text fills the box, but it fills the box vertically, okay? So a lot of these are kind of self-explanatory. I'm going to do these last ones really quick because I want to get to the touch tool, touch type tool. Vertical type on path, okay? Same thing. This is actually a little bit different than what you might expect, though. Vertical type on path. I'm going to make, let's go with our circle again. All right, holding down Shift to make a circle. Vertical area type tool. No, vertical type on path, sorry. Vertical type on path, yes. So this types on path, but it types around, good grief. That's really hard to read. I don't see a whole lot of use for this, but then there's sometimes that it's like, this is exactly what I need. So having that tool, it's kind of the point of this series of what does this button do, is kind of exploring what these different things do. Now, here's the last thing, next to last thing. This is something that I did not know existed before today, okay? So this is where researching these buttons is also helping me. I'm going to make some text. Let's just do simple Adobe. Okay, so I'm going to have some simple text here, and I'm going to go and use my touch type tool. I did not know this existed. Previously, if I was going to do this, I would do create outlines, which is actually number 10 on the list. All right, but now they have this thing, and I don't know when they added this, but I've never used it before, but I might. In past, you would have to do create outlines. Let's say I wanted to change just that color or just that rotation or just that size of one letter. All right, well, I would have to do create outlines, double click to go into the group, whatever. All right, this, I've typed out my text, just normal stuff, and then I go to my touch type tool, and when I click on this, it lets me manipulate individual pieces. I can rotate, and it actually makes adjustments. Oh, I don't like that. But it does. It makes the adjustments depending on what you need. Or I can select just this one and go change the color of just that one letter. All right? Now be careful with this because changing the color of every single letter is not always a good idea. But if you wanted to do, the main thing here is this is still live. So I can go back and still make changes to this, okay? I can go back and say, oh, I wanted this to be a capital B, and I can change it. That's different. If I do create outlines, it's no longer live. I can't go back and make changes like that. So I could actually see this being something that I would use. This is the touch type tool, all right? Only thing I don't like, I did not see the ability to select multiples. Like if I hold down Shift, I don't get to select multiples. So that's a feature that I would have liked to have done. But, you know, I get it. It's kind of a complicated thing. And maybe there is a way to do that, and I just don't know how to do it. So comment below if I'm an idiot and you know how to do that. So the last thing on the list, so that's the touch type tool. So just play around with that, okay? Last one on the thing here is to create outlines on your text. When you have text and you're going to send it off to somebody or you want to manipulate things like that, it is a good idea to create outlines on it. All you do to create outlines is right-click and go to Create Outlines, or Shift-Control-O. That makes it where your text is no longer text. Your text is now an object. If I go into outline mode, which is that's funny, I did spell check. Control-Y, not Control-I. Control-Y, you can see that this is still live. That's why it's black, okay? That's still live. This over here is not live anymore. So if I said, oh no, I misspelled this word, I want to change this font or anything like that, I can no longer do it because it is now made up of anchor points. You see all the anchor points that are there, okay? So that is a breakdown of, hey, what does this button do on the type tool? Hope that was informative. I'm going to make another video that's separate from this talking about the different shapes that you can make. So thanks.